Hello VEDA, it is day 4 of VEDA 2014. What do I like to read? So really I have two answers to this question. If I'm just reading for fun, I really like a good novel, or I really like a good creative nonfiction book. Two that I've really enjoyed on the creative nonfiction side would both be by Eric Larson. One is In the Garden of Beasts, and two would be Devil in the White City. Both of those are really great reads, and you should give them a shot sometime. Two of my favorite novels would have to be Howard's End by E.M. Forster and The Road by Cormac McCarthy. The second part of my answer is that my favorite books and my favorite things to read are the ones that help me realize myself and my voice in the dialogic. A little bit about the dialogic. It's by a Russian literary theorist and philosopher named Mikhail Bakhtin. He says the dialogic means that all works of literature, all thought, all philosophy is part of the dialogic. And the dialogic is all of these things throughout all of time are in dialogue with each other. They converse with each other. They inform each other. So each piece is informing and being informed by every other piece of literature that's ever existed. Now, this obviously can only happen in the mind, and so the more you know, the more of the conversation you're getting. So this applies to language, this applies to literature, this applies to thought, this applies to philosophy, this applies to everything. I happen to really like this philosophy because I tend to think along the same lines. The more you know about the more different things, the more you're really going to be able to be involved in the conversation between those things. So almost everything is connected in some way. So the better you can understand a thing, that will help you understand another thing, which will in turn help you understand another thing. So it's kind of like the way that we teach mathematics today. So you learn the basics and then you build on something later. So you go from arithmetic to algebra to geometry to calculus, and all of those things build on each other. They each inform each other piece. So by the time you're doing calculus, you understand a little bit better where some of these things that you were doing in arithmetic come from, and vice versa. You understand calculus a lot better because you know how to do arithmetic. It's a really interesting theory, and if you like that philosophy, or if you like philosophy in general, I really couldn't recommend Mikhail Bakhtin any more than possible. I've read a lot of Mikhail Bakhtin. I have reread a lot of Mikhail Bakhtin, and I still don't understand all of it. I'm clearly not getting the full conversation, so I kind of went off on a tangent on this one, so I'm sorry about that. But that's my thoughts. I like to read all of the things because all of the things are connected to all of the other things. That's all for today. We will see you tomorrow.